Okay, so this is one of the little projects that I'm working on at the moment. As you can see, 40k and Space Marines. Space Marines with a slight difference, because I'm currently trying to start my own little chapter up with their own backstory and bits and pieces along those lines. So they're not going to be Ultramarines or anything like that. And here's some of the guys. As you can see, some of them have just been primed up, some of them are sort of like half painted and bits and pieces like that. Before anybody thinks anything else, no, they are not based, they are just sort of glued onto some cardboard, just so I've got a bit more sort of space to hold on to them with and bits and pieces like that, because I prefer cardboard rather than trying to tack them onto the top of like a paint pot or something like that. I just feel that a nice big piece of cardboard is just easier to sort of hold on to and bits and pieces like that. It also gives you a little bit of extra room just to, you know, just try out paint colours or something if you want to try and, you know, just extra room. That's just how I do mine. But, you know, as I say, prefer it to a pot. But these guys are the start of my Space Marine army. So this is the first remnants of the tactical squad. Yes, I know there's not 10 men there at the moment. I've only put some of them out on camera at the moment there to start off with. But I've got this guy is going to be the sergeant of the tactical squad. There are a lot of conversion pieces on this. We've got a nice cloak with little bits of fur at the top. The regular Space Marine backpack. Little legs there with a robe on. Nice big double barrel pistol looking gun there. The reason why I'm kitting him out with that is because most of the time what I think I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to have him with a combi weapon. So just a nice big double barrel gun straight away shows everybody that it's probably going to be a combi weapon. Huge power sword. The power sword is actually from the Grey Knight Terminator set. Just basically cut the hand off of the Space Marine arm and just glued the whole hand and the sword of a Grey Knight Terminator on there. So it's a nice big sword. It will probably just be used as a normal power sword, but that's there. And then obviously a nice little head conversion with a little face mask on there as well. Nice big beefy shoulder pads, just so it doesn't look like a regular sort of Space Marine. He's got a bit of character about him. I've then got Heavy Bolter. Again, a couple of conversions. The Heavy Bolter isn't actually from GW, that's actually from another company. It's not actually classed as a Heavy Bolter from this company, it's just as another sort of weapon of some description. But it just looks like a Heavy Bolter. So, and again, big chunky flame pads, head conversion, so it's got a Space Marine look to it, but it's not a Space Marine head. Robes on his legs, nice big cloak. I wouldn't like to go up against this guy in the Dark Knight, he just looks really mean. This guy, now I'm not sure how this guy's going to show up because he's only primed at the moment, but I'm not sure if that's picking that up, but that is a weapon that I'm going to be using as something like a multi-melter. It's not focusing, it doesn't like, there we go, hope that's showing up. He's got something that looks a little bit like a multi-melter, and I've put a big drum on the bottom of it because I'm not sure how multi-melters work, whether they're similar to flamers and they use a big canister of fuel or something. But I just put a big drum on there to make it like a big multi-melter. And again, some sort of Space Marine-esque looking helmet, but it's not a Space Marine. Now, these guys here, just get that focusing in, there we go, have actually got little bits and pieces that you can add onto the helmets, and this one's actually got a little thing that's flipped up, and it's actually like, I think it's going to be something, I think it's meant to be sort of like a night vision sort of thing that you can sort of glue on either over the face or flipped up. just as a little bit of an extra. The problem is they are really, really fragile because it's only like a small connection point between the actual helmet and the bit that you glue on, so it's actually really, really fragile, but it looked absolutely brilliant when they're flipped up. Some of them have got the bits and pieces already over the eyes. This guy, rocket launcher, missile launcher, whatever you want to dub the name as. Got some additional rockets on his backpack. Now, again, this guy, this has a little bit of conversion work on there as well. Robe, cloak, head conversion. You can't see it very well, but that's it. That's actually, again, a different sort of head. And again, the rocket launcher is from a different company. There we go. And the big problem is with this one, as you can see, his backpack is mounted a lot lower than normal. That's because I couldn't get it in because of how the rocket launcher actually sits on his shoulder. It bumps into the actual backpack itself, so I had to mount it a little bit lower than normal. But it doesn't look too bad. And yes, I know obviously 2 heavy weapons and a specialist weapon is not a valid tactical squad. The reason is because I've actually got enough to actually make 11 men. So what I've decided to do is make the 2 heavy weapon guys, so the bolter and the rocket launcher. So then depending on what armies I come up against, I can either swap these 2 guys out, either be it there's a lot of infantry, so I need a heavy bolter for firepower, or there's a lot of vehicles and things, so I need the rocket launcher to help take those out. So that's quite interchangeable. So I'm doing those up as one of my core troop choices. The other one I was going to do is I was going to do a scout squad. Again, I want to do some conversions with the scout squad, but there are a couple of issues with them. Number one being that the arms are glued and attached to the actual rifle itself, but I don't want to use that rifle, and you can see why. There's skulls over them. Now, GW makes some of the best miniatures, I personally think, on the market. I really do think that some of the GW miniatures are some of the best that are currently being produced. But they have this fascination with skulls, and it is so annoying. There have been models where I have literally taken files and Dremels to them for the simple fact of removing skulls, because it's just so tedious. So I'm looking at trying to convert the weapon out, and I've got this weapon here, and again this is from another company. Now it doesn't look much like a sniper rifle at the moment because it looks like pretty similar to an assault rifle or something like that, but the problem is, you can just see there's a hole at the front which is square, and in the bag that you come with it you get different barrels, so you can change it out. So I believe this one here is for an assault rifle, this one's for sniper rifle, and you get extra magazines as well. So I'm going to have to do some hacking and conversion work, but that's part of my 40k project at the moment. I'm also doing Flames of War stuff as well, which are going to be in either this video or another video depending on time constraints. It'll probably be another video that I'll do for the Flames of War stuff. Again, just a quick update. So if it's on this video, it'll be now. If not, it'll be another video. Cheers.